But look, so along with that and going down the line, we talked about a position that we didn't know earlier if we were going to need it, but now after looking at the depth chart, we know we're going to need it. And there's two guys out there that have been tagged by their respective teams, but there have been rumors that maybe teams should take a chance on. Maybe teams could take a chance on him. So I'm gonna ask you, Will. Should Washington go after a T. Higgins from the Bengals or a Brandon Ayuk from San Francisco?
It's tempting,
Hmm.
especially Ayuk.
Yeah.
When I pulled up some of his stats, they're pretty strong.
Oh yeah.
It's very tempting. Um, I'm going to say no.
Hmm.
And the reason why I'm going to say no is they want to get paid. Okay.
Yep.
And we have the money to pay them, but that means we're going to have to give up something, some type of draft capital. And that's not where our roster is right now. As exciting as it's going to be to draft a rookie quarterback
Right.
and reset this franchise, we're honestly not competing for the NFC East next year.
Right.
And going in on that and paying two wide receivers big money like that is, I think, something you do when you're going for it, the way Philadelphia is, the way Dallas was a couple of years ago. When you're going for the Super Bowl, that's your aspirations, legit aspirations. It's one thing to pay two wide receivers, but that's not our roster right now. We're at least a year away, and so I'm going to say no to trading for either of them.
Yeah. I honestly, I have to agree with you. And so the where I thought we should potentially look into it if we're going Jaden Daniels was to bring him with his old teammate uh, Brandon Ayuk. Honestly, I
Mm-hmm.
thought that'd be a good combination, bringing some familiarity. If you got somebody in house. Obviously, it didn't work with Sam Howell and De'Ami Brown, but
Right.
that's neither here nor there. But to your point, and shout out to Av who told us he's got, I think he had like something like 75 receptions last year, over 1,200 yards. I think
Mm-hmm.
like 7, 8 touchdowns.
Big
And
time.
it was just impressive, especially when you think of he's in an offense that features Christian McCaffrey, and
Mm-hmm.
Debo Samuels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's the third in production on that team, and still to have those numbers is very impressive.
Yep.
With that being said, he's going to want to come to another team and be a number one. He's going to want to be the guy, and same with T. Higgins. They're going to want to be paid like they're the guy. And I, first and foremost, with everything that we have done, I don't want to do that, and I don't think they're even leaning towards that because they have been very, I don't want to say cheap, but kind of frugal, and they've picked up inexpensive contracts and really kind of
Yep.
still fill the needs and whatnot. So I don't think that's what they're going. But more than that, like I said, I was talking to my buddy today, and one of the things that we were talking about, because Philly had also been interested in him, or rumors were that they were interested. One of the other things that he was saying was neither of these guys are number ones in their current place.
Mm-hmm.
In Cincinnati, you got obviously Jamar Chase, who's the number one, and then like I said, in San Francisco, you got Debo, and even CMC is ahead of Ayuk. So
Yep.
when these guys want to come, they're going to want to be the number one focus, get the number one money. But I guess the question is, are they really that? Are they worth a number one from what they apparently? I know these teams are wanting that. Are they
Right.
worth that?
Right. Well, and the other thing would be, why would they want to consider Washington? Why would you go to Washington when you could go to Buffalo, who needs a wide
Mm-hmm.
receiver, and get from Josh
Mm-hmm.
Allen? And to your point, why would they come here where if there's already Terry Allen and Terry McLaurin, and they're not the number one or guaranteed to be the number one unless you are a Super Bowl contender? You only
Yeah.
give up production opportunities if you know you're going to win, and that's just not where we're at right now. And there's got to be other destinations. Go to the Jets. They're going all in on everything. Like I just said, the Bills just lost both wide receivers that they had last year, so they got something cooking up their sleeves to replace it.
Oh, yeah.
There's other opportunities, other franchises that better suit what they're looking for than ours.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't. I think we're both on the same page. It's just not. It's not in the cards right now. I mean, and I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm honestly good with that. I don't think we need a diva in house. I'm not saying T. Higgins or Brandon Ayuk is, but when you get that number one money, and you get that potentially that number one title and all that, a little bit of that comes with it. Unless you're Terry McLaurin, but he ain't a diva, but he's also not that dog.
Yeah.
Part of the diva is that dog. So we'll see. Look, so that's kind of where we're standing right now on this one.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go. The Washington Commanders. There it is.